Okay. See really quick. I'm going to undo this and redo this and see if this works. All right, everybody, apologies. Oops, got to do one thing. And I can hear myself. That's awesome. All right. One thing. I can hear myself. There we go. That's terrible. All right, whatever. There we go. All right, we're just going to do it, though, folks. We're just going to give it a go. Let's see if the music actually plays. I'm going to edit this out.
And then you slow.
Oh, that's cool. That's. I meant to do. I meant to do the I Must Break You and briefly did Kim Crawl. So that's good. You know, intro with Kim Crawl. Why not, right? And you're going to see me have swapped over to another thing. Good. Okay. All right. Well, I'm on the ball. I was off last week. Welcome to I Must Dre'K You. All right. And is it just going to start playing again? There we go. That's perfect. All right. So fun story. Last week, I was off, as you may have noticed. And what actually happened is I was sick. I woke up in the morning, felt like I was sick, went down, and actually didn't wake up till the end of the day, which was kind of nice. But then I was talking to Jeff, and I was like, hey, maybe I'll, come back and do I Must Dre'K You. And Jeff, who all of you know is a workaholic, was like, hey, Dre, you should, why don't you just take the day off? Like, you were sick. Why don't you just be sick? And now here's the thing. For those that are fans of Jeff May at patreon.com/Jeff May, he actually just did a thing where he's just like, hey, shocker, it's a holiday weekend, so people that edit podcasts, people that guest on podcasts aren't around. I might have to just actually take some time off for the holiday. I didn't want to have to basically tell, ooh, nice, there's a rules supplement to Jabba's Palace. I didn't want to have to tell Jeff, hey, it's fine, because all of us do that. So I was like, well, if Jeff's telling me I should take it easy, I should take it easy. Logan Trent in the chat. Here's what I'm going to do. I've got a couple plans on deck for tonight, but basically I typically go with a cocktail. And so tonight's cocktail, the fun mix is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to go with NBA Hoops 1991-92, one of the best sets because it's got the NBA Dream Team. I picked up a booster of Jabba's Palace and a booster of this NBA Hoops. And they're just a lot of fun, and I would really love to just go out and get a complete set of both. Now it seems unlikely, but Jabba's Palace, I was shocked. These hobby boxes come with 60 packs, and there are 180 in this. There are over 500 cards in the 1991-92 Hoops because they had an additional set, and then they actually did an upgraded set. They did for like all the Olympic stuff, so there are a ton. So what I can actually show off really quick, I'm going to do a lot of stuff here. So this is over at TCDB. This is my current Hoops collection. I have 186 out of 590 total possible cards. I actually popped this box looking for the Dikembe Mutombo rookie card, which was the first card I actually pulled out of this box, and I got it graded at a 9, so that was pretty cool. So I want to get the remainder. The fun news is, if we go back over to the actual set, you'll see this is an expansion set. So they did Series 1 and Series 2. Series 1 just had the initial, I'm looking at TCDB, if it'll tell me, let's do the overview. So 1 through 330 are in Series 1, and 331 through 590 are Series 2, which has a lot of the Olympic stuff, so that's really cool. And then Jabba's Palace only has 180 cards. By the way, Logan, I'm going to pitch you since it's on air. I really want to do a WMAC podcast sometime in the future. I think I pinged you about it. If you're interested, let me know. If not, I'll make Jeff do it anyway, and I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Okay, so I'm going to break those. I've got 5 packs of each, and then also I'm going to say I did some homework. So for those that don't know, Jeff May. Let's see if I can. Let me just reorganize this a little so you can actually read it all. Jeff May does I Must Break You on Wednesdays, which is an awesome show. And May, in honor of Jeff May, was a wild, wild month because he actually broke 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 different sets of cards. So if you go over to patreon.com/Jeff May, you can watch all of these breaks. These are live YouTube, where you're at now. If you go look in the past, there's actually the previous breaks. And so Jeff broke Allen and Ginter, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Marvel Beginnings, Top Chrome Star Wars Trading Cards, The Book of Boba Fett, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Card.Fun Star Wars Global Art Series, that was really fun. Skybox X-Men 2 Series 2, Space Jam, some Space Jam cards that I bought them. I was really excited in both the QA of those, and then I think probably the what's it called? The autographs are probably lapsed because there are some redemption autographs and some WandaVision. So if you go to patreon.com/Jeff May, there's still 4 days left in the month to get this. You sign up for the any of the rookie card tiers. He sends you these cards in the mail, and one request he has is he says, hey, can you please tell me what you want? So I actually went through all of the ones I am interested in, and let me see if I can explain them. Okay, this first one is going to be kind of a spoiler, but if you go watch the Ken Knapsack episode, in Book of Boba Fett, he breaks a Phil Lamar redemption card. What this means is it's an autograph from Phil Lamar. If they send it in, they can get it. Now, Ken technically broke this, so what I was going to pitch to Jeff at some point is if Jeff was ever interested in maybe trying to set up a trade between me and Ken, I would love to get this card actually for Tom and Jeff because they do. Phil Lamar does the voice of Green Lantern. Phil Lamar does the voice of Green Lantern on Justice League, and they have some funny bits around that, and I would love to get that card for them. So I've got to imagine there is some way that I could trade something. I got graded cards behind me, etc. I got cards from Jeff coming in that I could hopefully trade Ken something to get that card because I actually really want that card. All right, let's look over the other cards that I want. In the 1993 Skybox X-Men Series 2, Rogue and Storm in action. This was from the pilot episode of the X-Men series. There are a bunch of cards to promote this new awesome TV show coming out, animated X-Men TV show. And this just makes me laugh because they're in action and they're shopping at the mall and Rogue's just like not even in a uniform. I'm a huge fan of Shadowcat, like a lot of the teen characters X-Men would do, like Jubilee, Shadowcat, Rogue. They were a lot of the younger characters coming in. So the Shadowcat from that same series, I would love. Jeff broke one of those. Again, from the same pilot episode, Jubilee's fireworks, so her power. Then he also pulled a Rogue, which I would love. Then this is really cool. Jeff didn't get it. So this is White Mamba. This is actually Diana Taurasi in the Space Jam movie. She was actually given the name White Mamba by Kobe Bryant. She is one of the best basketball players ever. I am in a fantasy league with Logan Trent. Logan, I thought I had a chance, and then it all fell apart in the last day. We just played each other. But my first round opponent had Diana Taurasi, and she's in her 40s. And I was like, good luck with that one. Good luck drafting Diana Taurasi. And she outperformed my starter, and I lost the first round in part to her. So yay. But this is a really cool card, and then I just love that, right? Like, she is literally a white mamba. That is a really cool card. I like this Jose Andres card he got in Allen and Ginter, but that's just because the card says Andres, and it's an old guy with a beard, kind of looks like that. He got a Rogue card from Marvel Beginnings with Rogue with bagels. I was like, heck yeah, I got to get one of those. And then this is just the NBA hoops to show what I have. So I actually put together a list of cards I want from Jeff because I am part of that tier. If you're part of that tier, make sure you do the same. Let's get on with the breaks. I think I'll start with NBA hoops. Now, I am much more excited about Jabba's Palace because NBA hoops has 15 cards per pack. So I'm going to have to organize all these when I'm done. But let's see what we get. Let's see if they're in good shape, too. And let's see how many I remember. So, Andrew Lang. Oh, heck yeah. Great card to pull from the get. Magic Johnson. Olympic card. That is a nice-looking card. These look in good shape, too. This box looks good. It's kind of hit or miss from that era, because these have been sitting on the shelf for a while. So, Brian Williams. He's 10th in the NBA draft, I guess. Dave Jamerson. These I really love. Because what they'll do is these are cards that show the cover of the Chicago Tribune. after each win for the Bulls on route. So this is, what is that, Paxson making it? But they are one game from their NBA title in 1991. So this is their first title. This is pretty cool. A Clyde the Glide Drexler card for the Supreme Court because he's like really good at assists, I'm assuming. Scott Brooks, who may not know, has the record for most assists in a game and goes on to be an NBA coach. This is hilarious. It's a Jeff Turner stay in school card. All right. I guess he would visit schools on behalf of the Orlando Magic. Wayne Cooper, a Dan Marley, 1988. So they did like vintage Olympic cards. That's cool. Robert Parrish, just an Iron Man. Greg Foster, Tellis Frank, Jim Peterson, and Ronnie Sekeli. His rookie card, I have some of those, are good. And then he's like just dressed in a polo shirt. Yeah, I don't know which card you're referring to, but I'm just going to assume all of them, Logan, because that is a really cool set. I really love. I started with the gray background hoops, which is 1990. 1989 is just so pretty, and then 1991, 92 as well. And then we're going to get to some Star Wars CCG. Bummer, Jeff is not around. I am checking to see if he's going to hop in. But yeah. All right, Twi'lek Advisor. These are just such cool cards. Like I don't have time to read over them all. Like just the lore, like on the bottom, it looks a little bowed from, probably just sitting on the shelf, but still good looking cards. An alien, Jeff would probably be able to know all of these. This is I don't know. We got Choke on the Gamorrean Guard. We got Jabba's Palace. Arc Welder. Ooh, this is cool. The Someone Who Loves You. And I cannot tell for the life of me on any of those cards what our rare was, because I don't know the rares. There is a channel that I'll try and remember to link, who does do the Star Wars pack breaks on Mondays, that I'll try and remember to link. But he knows like the rares and stuff better. Derek Smith. So Logan, like I should start memorizing these cards to get better at. Oh, this is nice. This is nice. And actually, I think I wanted this card. I've wanted this for a variety of reasons. This is Scott Williams' rookie card, and I actually was able to interview him. He is an amazing guy. I have a signed copy of his book. The next card is really cool too, by the way. I'm just trying to see if I have. Do I have it by me? Where did I put all my autographed books? What am I doing here? Aha! All right, here we go. So, yep. Scott Williams, Triumph Through Fire. I'll go wide for this. That's his book. Co-written by my buddy Ben Guess. And then I got an autograph from Scott Williams on it. And I'm going to have to get Ben Guess to autograph it at some point. It's kind of a bummer. He was out in California. I'm going to go through California, hopefully, to see Jeff this summer. And, my brother's getting married, that too. And Ben's going to be gone. So at some point, I'll have to find a way to get that autograph. But that's a Scott Williams rookie card. I'm happy about this. This is an awesome card. A Muggsy Bogues Charlotte Hornets art card. Those are really cool. Danny Manning from the 1988. Larry Nance. His son's in the NBA now. Mario Ellie, I just want to shout this guy out. He is underrated on the he'll go on to play for the Rockets and win back-to-back titles. And he's just an underrated great. Moses Malone, who Jeff has met. Randy White. Dominique Williams for the Supreme Court. Make me feel bad. Gerald Wilkins. So you got this is the Knicks art card. And you have Ewing, Vandeweghe, Wilkins. You got Oakley, Jackson, Cheeks, and they go. More power to you for getting the Gerald Wilkins. Charles Barkley has the all-time active field goal percentage, which is amazing because he goes on in his life to have the worst three-point shooter for how much volume he takes. And a Tiff Myers and myself would enjoy this. The Doc Rivers card. Had a good NBA career, has had a long coaching career. Not a great coach. Okay. And let's see if I can actually start learning what some of the rares in Jabba's Palace are. I'll have a little more research before next time. You can have 3 of this guy at once. That's what those 3 dots mean. This is cool. None shall pass. I'm going to guess this guy was not rare, given that we got one in the last set. Mos Eisley Blaster. that guy, Wounded Wookiee, Weapon Leviathan, Sandwhirl, and Dre'K. Says something. I mean, it's funny about the Jabba's Palace set. It's one of the more affordable sets you can get still for Star Wars CCG. Like, I would love to get a hobby box of, say, like Premiere or even like A New Hope, but those are just cost prohibitive at this point. Okay, we got Michael Adams as the all-time three-point. So Jabba's Palace is one of the more affordable ones, and part of it is it's not an amazing set. There are some good cards. There's like Jabba in it. Sam Perkins from the 84. Boo, Coach K. By the way, shout out to Adam Todd Brown over at the You Don't Even Like This podcast network. He has a complete graded 10 set of the Olympic cards from this, which is amazing. Otis Thorpe. Orlando Woolridge, this guy, by the way, sorry to do this. This is the 6 degrees of separation guy in that he has played with the most MVPs of any player. Scott Williams is up there, but Orlando Woolridge, if you look over his career, has more games played with more MVPs because, you know, he played on like Chicago. He'll go on to play on Philly. Yeah, Orlando Woolridge. Dennis Scott, Antoine Carr. Let's see. Derek Harper, art by Bill James. Huh. I wonder if it's the Bill James of basketball fame or baseball fame or a different one, but that is the Derek Harper card for the Mavericks. That's really pretty. Kevin Willis, Mitch Richmond, boo! John Stockton. I'll say this. John Stockton and Karl Malone are two of the all-time greats that don't have a title. And I think in some cases, sorry to say the slogan, that Michael Jordan may be overrated. I've said this in a weird way. I think he is properly rated for the wrong reasons, which is such a pedantic thing. Like, I think his 89 season is underrated. I think his, 96 MVP is BS. Oh, no. So this is the one win. Vlade Divac got the, helped to get the Bulls take an OT win in game 3, I guess. So, there we go. But anyway, Michael Jordan is rated correctly for the wrong reasons, which is such a silly thing to say. And I think one of the things is his 6 finals MVPs. And I would argue he probably earns 3 or 4 of those. I actually think that Horace Grant, Scottie Pippen, and Dennis Rodman all probably deserve one. The Blaster, the Gamorrean Guard that I'll send along to Jeff. That's a pretty card. But I will take MJ being overrated if it means that Stockton and Malone never got a title, because fuck those guys. They're both terrible, terrible people if you look them up. What the heck is this? Yarkara? Just a mysterious scout alien. Well guarded. Canadis. Jabba's Palace entrance cavern. And Klaatu. All right. Yep. I'll take, it's one of those weird things where basketball sucks because you can have great respect for people on the court, like how productive they are, and then off the court hate him. And like Carmelo Anthony was a rough one for me because it's like he's overrated, but off the court seemed like a good dude until all of his weird stuff after he retired. 1984 throwback. Kevin Johnson, another one of these really productive players, scumbag, and then screwed over like Sacramento for teams. Okay, Dryling, that's just a cool name. John Battle. Dwayne Schinsnaus. I don't know this guy. That's cool. This is his rookie card, too. Played 4 years at Florida. This is back in the day where if you're just, he looks like Zangief. If you're just a tall European, man, learn to shoot, dude. 55% from the line, 44% from the thing. Eesh. No wonder I haven't heard of him. Tony Campbell for the Wolves. Terry Cummings. I was picked number 2 in the same draft. There's a big Ralph Sampson hubbubaloo about that. It's a fun story. Awesome card. You can see the green screen behind it, though. This is Chris Mullin. You can tell that was shot in front of a green screen and replaced. Or maybe he just always looks kind of out of phase. Amazing player, underrated three-point shooter. Love Chris Mullin. Was the Warriors guy before the Warriors guy. And he looks a little like, what's his name? Guile from Street Fighter. Ken Williams. All right, so yeah, this was the Lakers' lone game. They came out, they won game 1. Perkins, apparently, three-pointer. back when teams didn't shoot threes. And then the Bulls, spoiler alert, go on to win that series 4-1. Patrick Ewing for the Supreme Court. Yeah, holy cow, 26 points, 11 rebounds, and 3.19 blocks per game. That's not going to happen again, by the way. Like, players getting 3 blocks a game just isn't a norm. And then George McLeod. He was like top rookie or something at one point. All right, 4 packs to go. Am I actually going to get a rare that I recognize in Jabba's Palace? Chevin. Skrilling. Look at this guy. We've got the Devil shows up again in Jabba's Palace. What the heck is this? Serpent-like colonizer. Oh, this is fun. The jetpack. I think this might be my rare, and I think this actually is like one of the higher price cards at like $1. But let's see, it's just actual thing. It used 3 force to deploy on an alien, except Boba Fett or Jabba, and may fly, land speed 3, and use 2 force to use as a react. That's pretty cool. Jabba's Palace Dungeon. And then, yeah, what I love about this set is there are some Jawas in here, so I can send those along to Jeff. And then Efont Mon, and I'll look up and see what my rares are in the future, because that could be it. I don't know if the last card is the rare, but that is impressive. I've gone through 4 packs, and I have no idea what my rares are, which is good. That should tell you how good of a set that is. Ooh, got a player I get to make fun of. Alvin Robertson, amazing player at Steels, doesn't get credit for it. Blair Rasmussen, Gerard Mustaf, Travis Mays. This is a cool card because this is Harvey Grant for the Washington Bullets. Remember back when they were called the Bullets? Fun name. Rex Chapman, popular content aggregator now. Don't know this guy. Mark Alari. I get a Larry Bird. I get a Larry Bird card for Team USA. So this is a good Team USA day. I got, Coach K, Larry Bird, Irvin Johnson, John Stockton, Kenny Anderson, Jeff Grayer, Quentin Daly, Charles Oakley, an amazing player. Had the Bulls just kept him, they would have done really good, but they traded for him, and it took him longer to get a title. Did great on the Knicks. So good that they banned him from the entrance because the current owner sucks. Grant Long, who do we got here? This is really interesting because, yeah, they do the cards for the teams, but they're not going for, like, the main players. This is the Hawks card. It says Travis Mays. You'd figure Dominique Wilkins would get the node. And then, by the way, this is the funny one. This guy right here is why MJ is the GOAT. Because it says Will Perdue, who was traded for Dennis Rodman. And because of that trade, Michael Jordan gets a second three-peat. And thanks to getting that second three-peat and getting 6 finals MVPs, like I said, with apologies, Dennis Rodman earned one of those and Scottie Pippen earned the other. So, is what it is. And because of that Will Perdue trade, because the Spurs just hated Dennis Rodman so much, MJ is considered the GOAT over players like Tim Duncan. Although the reason they got Tim Duncan is because they traded Dennis Rodman, so there they go. Gamorrean X. Tatooine Desert. Got this little bat here. Got Snivian. Kiku K. Yeah, whatever that eye thing says to them. Well Guarded. Canadis. And Wart. Just a Wart thing. This might be my rare. One of these two is probably my rare. Wart is a creature. You can tell that from up here. And then this might go to Jeff because this is a shaman of the Java tribe suspects betrayal from her mate's rival witch. They got a Jawa witch. I got to send that to Jeff and ask Jeff to say Jawa at some point. That is so cool. And Logan says he found Will Perdue Portland jersey in a thrift store in Austin. That's really cool. My local thrift store or local card shop has a Dennis Rodman. I don't know if it's game worn, but it's a Bulls signed jersey, but it's like 100. But I do look at it. All right. So Dre didn't find a rare worth anything on Jabba's Palace, but by the way, I got 55 more packs of that set. So next week I might, if Jeff is back, I might just do those straight. I got a bunch of cool cards from, you can see the break between here, right? Between Hoops and Jabba's Palace. I'm going to go over when this is done. to TCDB. We're not going to watch that together, but next week I'll do like a check-in, right, to say, hey, here's, let me, weird, got logged out. I can do a check-in, like I'll do right here really quick, and just say, hey, here's how things are going. So right now I'm at 32% complete on that set. Really nerdy, pedantic thing, but basically this is Series 2. Series 2 does have Series 1 cards. So I can still get some of the 1 through 330 in this set, but it also has 331 through 290. So I'm trying to collect all 590. I'll probably go through this hobby box, and then when I'm done, just go online and find eBay, wherever, and find people that have singles that I can buy for cheap. Probably the same with Jabba's Palace. And I didn't realize there were 60 freaking cards in that, or 60 freaking packs in that set. So I may actually go out and do that. I am going to go play some Final Fantasy VIII over at twitch.tv/RicksterGT. So I'm going to do that next. So we're not going to do sorting tonight because I showed all of the cards that I want to give to Jeff. So anyway, this has been I Must Drake You. Let's see if I can play the outro music without inadvertently playing Hug Pine with Kim Crawl. Just had the feed going. Oh, thank you, Google. Google just was like, hey, you know what would be really useful if you're doing a show is what if we just logged you out in the middle? That's one thing that I absolutely hate about cloud-based stuff for everything is that it just logs you out randomly. And Logan also says the Dream Team talk is good. I really need to watch that. I've read and watched a lot about the Dream Team. It's definitely fun stuff. One of my bigger things that I will throw is my buddy Ty Willinghands has a hot take that there was no need for the Dream Team that year. They would have won fine. All right. Mike Slater's outro music. Next week I'll get the placement a little more correctly, but hooping for Jabba's Palace. Did okay on the hoop side, didn't do amazing on the Jabba's Palace side, but we will see you next time. Thanks everybody for watching.